What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
All right, man. Terence Crawford says that well, he talks about the IBF, Ennis, the Errol Spence rematch, fighting Canelo, possibly fighting Jamil Charlo. So fight hype caught up with him at the Shakur Stevenson Edwin De Los Santos fight, which they fight this weekend, FYI. All right. So he basically said F the IBF. I think it was more of a playful manner, but I think that's kind of like how he really felt, kind of like how it's a little bit of truth to every joke. And he basically pointed out 2.5 months after he won the title, they stripped him and how it was unfair, and pretty much they already knew the deal, that he had to fight Spence twice, and that they knew that, you know, so they should have just stripped Spence before they got to the ring, but they didn't do that because, you know, financially, they wanted to be a part of that, and they wanted to get that money. That's what it was about. All right. And he basically said that they already knew the situation, and they stripped him or whatever, but he already came and did what he wanted to accomplish, and that was become undisputed. So he really ain't tripping like that. And he said Jerron Big Boots Ennis shouldn't want to win the belt like that. He should at least want to fight the next guy up to say he won the belt. And I think he feel like, well, I beat Avila, so, you know, I technically did win the belt. I beat Avila for the interim belt. And he said, you know, Crawford said he walking around with two belts like he did something. But, you know, he asked, was Boots the future? He said he didn't know. He's a very talented and skilled fighter, and that only time will tell. But he's the #1 right now in the welterweight division, that he's still in the welterweight division. And my whole thing about it is, yeah, it was unfair. Had Errol Spence won it, I feel like they wouldn't strip Errol Spence, but I just think it's about the relationship with Jerron Boots Ennis being an affiliate with PBC. And I think PBC had a lot to do with, you know, them stripping Terence Crawford. That's just my opinion on it. That's what I feel like. And at the end of the day, you know, Barrios get a title shot, look like versus Jerron Ennis, and you know, it is what it is. You know, you got people saying out of Philly that he the face of boxing. I'm like, how the hell he the face of boxing? He just became the damn main event on mainstream TV. But Terence Crawford got the right to feel that way. You know, and at the end of the day, Errol Spence feels some type of way, because he then went on and said that the Errol Spence rematch is contractually obligated to happen at 147 pounds. He broke that news. He said right now he don't have no date. He don't know what's going on. With Showtime getting out of boxing, that the fight is up in the air. He says that the fight is up in the air with Showtime being out of boxing. So, or, you know, the network where it's going to go is up in the air. And, you know, right now, he said he don't know nothing. He ain't heard nothing. He ain't heard no date. But they is contractually obligated to fight next. And that will be his next opponent as far as he know. And it's going to be at the welterweight limit of 147. That's the contract. So, that is what it is. I mean, now that make even the IBF look even more stupider. You know, because now, you know, you could have got another bag off the Spencer Crawford fight, and now you won't even get that bag off the Spencer Crawford fight. You know what I'm saying? Now Earl Spence could have got an opportunity to become undisputed, and now he don't. So, but hey, they stripped him. It ain't really pretty much nothing that he can do. He can bitch and complain and cry until he blew in the face, but you already became undisputed, you know. Like I said, less sanctioning fees. And like the interviewer say, you know, for the most part, you know, you bigger than the belts now. Why don't you just drop the belts and, you know, not pay the sanctioning fees? Even though that was Errol Spence talking about the sanctioning fees and shit. And, you know, he basically said it didn't matter if they stripped him every belt. As long as he had a ring belt, that's the only belt that mattered. We know the ring belt don't take any sanctioning fees. So that's the funny thing about it. But yeah, at the end of the day, that was kind of a shocker, you know, seeing that the fight was at 47. I know they're trying to push it at 54 and all that type of stuff, but Al Heyman still ain't got a home. A house is a home for love. And you know, they ain't got no house right. They ain't got no house to go to right now, let alone a damn home. So that's just what it is. So now the rematch is, you know, up in the air until they find a home, you know. And, you know, for all the fights that he got, he may need a home. And then they don't have any more appealing fights to offer, because the rumor is Canelo Alvarez is going back to the zone after his contract with Showtime and PBC is up. So, you know, Deontay Wilder seems like he's doing his own thing right now, you know. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is out here. It's getting Hoop Shiesty out here. But, you know, that's pretty much what he said. And then about the Canelo fight, he said that, yeah, he would like, you know, he changed. It was like, why you changed your mind on the Canelo fight? He said, man, I'll just be talking. No, I told you. Berto said he had a conversation with him and changed his mind. I believe him. He told that nigga all that money he can make for the fight. I know it's only a couple things that can make a dude change his mind that fast. That make his mind change that fast. That's some money, and usually that's some ass. And they probably talked about the potential money he can make doing that fight and going on that suicide mission. And he like, okay, let's do it. And my Flocka boys, let's do it. Hell yeah. I told y'all, bro. What 21 Savage say? He said, these street smarts, you can't get this from no book. Mate. His British ass. But yeah. But he said, yeah, he's still looking to pursue that fight, even though Canelo said nope. He said no. Even though Canelo said, no, I'm good on that. He said that once the business get brought up and the financials get brought up, then he might change his mind. So he still want to pursue that fight. So I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really want to see the fight. I think he should pursue Tim Tszyu, Jermell Charlo, Lara Danny Garcia winner. Those the fights that he should pursue for history. So, you know, and he said that Jermell Charlo still holds 3 belts. You know, even though he really don't want to fight him, but he's still an option because he got 3 belts. And if he could get, you know, regained undisputed, I'm pretty sure that he would want to run the fade back with him. So yeah, he said that, you know, he really ain't looking to fight Charlo, but if the opportunity presents itself in the right scenario, he would you know, he would pursue that. So I mean, you know, like I said before, you know, he bought the rematch Spence at 47. If that happen, you know, I got a feeling that may not necessarily happen. You know, that's just my gut feeling on it, because there ain't no money in the fight. And I heard how much Al Haymon got to find to put up in that fight. You know, so I'm not necessarily sure that fight is going to 100% happen, but Crawford said it is, and they contractually obligated to get their money. So Al Haymon got to find their money or be in breach of their contract. So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I mean, I don't think it's a big a deal. I mean, he could drop every belt now, and who would give a hell? You won undisputed. There's no point of holding up and paying everybody 2 to 3% or 1 to 3% for each belt, because they prorate on once you consolidate belts. That's why they don't like unification bouts, because it's take less and less money out their pocket. When one fighter's defending a belt, usually it's 3%, unless it's like Canelo, Floyd type of money. So, but everybody talk about these sanctioned belt bodies, but ain't nobody throwing these belts in the trash can. Ain't nobody getting together, and everybody ain't saying fuck these belts, and they just still fighting for the belts. You know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford basically said, you know, what other sport do you know that the champion got to pay to sanction the belt, got to pay to be champion, and then you don't get no reward out of it? He's absolutely right. You get no reward out of it. None. So it should be some incentive to be champion, and I don't know what that is. I mean, boxing is like that. The loser can make significantly, much more than a winner. There's no other incentive in a fight. That's crazy. There's no other incentive in a fight. The loser you can lose and they still can win because they made significantly more money. Look at Dimitri Bivol and Canelo. Canelo probably took around $40 million fighting Bivol. Bivol took home like $5 million. So it's a lot of ass backward shit in boxing. Trust and believe, but you know, with Terence Crawford, don't like he stunned that too much. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't stun it too much, man. They stripped me, and it is what it is. You know, what more can I say? We know that, you know, we know who the real champion is, and you know, like I said before, Boots, you know, like his daddy said, we just want the belt. We don't care how we get it. And they got the belt. Funny when Crawford called him an email champion, I was rolling. You know, I want to be an email champion. I mean, it is what it is. You know, he could have had an opportunity. He said I would have told Jerron Boots Ennis to tell them I want to fight for the belt. I would like to fight for the belt. You know, but you know, he could have got a shot at Undisputed, but like Bud said, he was waiting a long time. He wanted his belt. So be it. There you go. Why'd I tie? My booty team voice. Why'd I tie? But yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. I can't even like. I'm not even up in. I mean, people was real mad about that, about them stripping Crawford. Yeah, it was some bullshit, but you know why I blew up like that? Because it wasn't nothing else to talk about in boxing. Now boxing about to heat up a little bit. Shakur De La Santos tonight, and tomorrow. I mean, next weekend after Turkey Day, and after a good rivalry week, Auburn, Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get Demetrius Andrade and David Benavidez, and after that, you're gonna get Adrian Broner coming back versus somebody, and Ryan Garcia fighting Oscar Durat. And then a week after that, you're gonna get Regis and Devin Haney in a top-ranked card headline by Ravizio Ramirez. So you're gonna get some good shit. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere there. Check out my new channel, Free Game 89, FR33 Game 89. Also, check out my Detroit channel, Mercy Sports Talk. That link's in the link tree in the description.